1751 was built in 1956 for the Chesapeake and Ohio Railroad as their 6128, which would later be passed on to the Chessie system as 6677 and the Buffalo and Pittsburgh as 207. After 1751 left the Buffalo and Pittsburgh in early 2000, her career would start to head toward her most iconic days. The golden days of 1751's career were now upon her. She was now wearing her iconic New York Central lightning stripe paint scheme given to her by the Finger Lakes Railway. But 1751's career would be cut short when the Finger Lakes Railway would start replacing the Gp9s with newer B-23-7 locomotives. These locomotives would be the workhorses of the Finger Lakes Railway for the next coming years, until Gp38s arrived in early 2016. The B-23 takeover was completed when Conway SCENIC approached Finger Lakes Railway for the 1751 in trade for a B-23-7 and a U-23B. Those units would become 1751's replacement on the Finger Lakes Railway. But that was only the beginning. The B-23 happened to be the sister of a locomotive already on the Finger Lakes, Quincy Bay Terminal number 23, and Conway SCENIC's recently retired U-23B 2820. The 23 was renumbered to 1943, the Conrail number that she was given when she was built by General Electric. Late 2011, the two GEs were moved to CSX's Selkirk Yard, where they would later go to Geneva, New York, along with former VTR 801. 1751 arrived on property in early September of 2012. There was not only one unit in the extra. New Hampshire North Coast Gp9 1757, which would be the parts donor for Boston and Maine 4268, was arriving on property alongside the 1751, and both of them would be sat behind the Conway Scenic Railroad roundhouse until 1751 was placed in service in early 2013. Instead of getting the repaint treatment like most of the other Conway Scenic acquired locomotives, 1751 retained her New York Central lightning stripe paint scheme that the Finger Lakes Railway had given her in early 2000. On arriving on property, 1751 would regain her New York Central ovals with Conway Scenic in them instead of Finger Lakes Railway, and put Conway Scenic down the side of the long hood where Finger Lakes Railway once was. At this point in the video, I will now let you listen to the horns that 1751 has worn over her years on the Conway Scenic Railroad. When New Hampshire Central's Gp9 7324 had a mechanical issue, New Hampshire Central needed a locomotive, and the only one available was Conway Scenic Railroad 1751. And when the service was calling, 1751 stood to the challenge and returned to freight service for the first time in over 6 years. Thank you for watching the first installment in New England's preserved Gp9s. In the next episode, we will look at the most recent addition to the family,